Hello students, today we will be going over H1.5. Again, this is in your pink packet and it's on page H-17. Okay, so pink packet H-17. Adding and subtracting vectors in component form. Now, compared to the graph, this should be a piece of cake for you because it's not that hard. Okay. So our objective is I can add and subtract vectors and calculate the magnitude of the resultant, which is the resultant vector. Okay. So if we have u is 5, 4 vector and v is 6, -9 vector, find u plus v. Okay. So all we have to do is add our x's together. So that would be u plus v equals 11, and then 4 plus -9 is 5. So our resultant vector is 11, -5. I forgot the negative, my bad. Then to find the magnitude of that, again, I'm going to say a squared. This is my a, this is my b. So I go 11 squared plus -5 squared equals c squared. And then we square this and we get 121 plus 25 equals c squared. 121 and 125, 146, I believe. Let's see if that breaks down into 2 times 73. Pretty sure 73 is prime. So I can't break it down into factors, so I just take the square root. And I'm going to switch them around using the symmetric property, and c is approximately equal to 146, 12.08. And there's your resultant vector. So again, using component form to me is quite a bit easier because here is the resultant vector right here. And then there is the magnitude. So again, the magnitude is when you have this, the two larger ones that look like absolute value signs, okay? All right, let's go on to subtracting vectors. So that's adding in component form. Subtracting in component form, we have this one, I believe, is just below the adding one on the left side, where u is 5, 4, v is 6, -9. So to subtract them, it's u minus v. 5 minus 6, and so I'll go u minus v, -1, and then 4 minus a -9 is 13. And that part's easy. And then to find the magnitude, we're going to say that's equal to a squared plus b squared. And these two are our a and b, so I'm going to move them over to here. So c squared equals -1 squared plus 13 squared. Okay. And then c squared equals 170. And that breaks down, I'm going to see if I can take the square root of that. 10 and 17, 5 and 2. Okay. So there's nothing that will go into it evenly, so I'm going to say c equals the square root of 170. C is approximately equal to square root of 170, 13.04. We're going to round to the nearest hundredth. Okay, and there you go. Now let's do an example of both adding and subtracting. Go on to the next page, the H18. So we have our v and our u. First thing we want to do is v plus u. So we're adding 2 plus 7, 9. 5 plus 1. Oh, there's not even any negatives on here. 5 plus 1. Well, that was pretty easy. Now we have to find the magnitude of that. So we just say that c squared equals 9 squared plus 6 squared. So c squared equals 81 plus 36. So c squared equals 117. I don't know of anything that will go into 117. Ooh, 9 will. Okay, so if 9 goes into it, the way I knew that, I added 7 plus 1 plus 1, counting all the digits. If it's divisible by 9, then that number is divisible by 9. So I can 117 divided by 9, 13. So 9 and 13, and 3 and 3. So since here's a pair, 3 comes out. This one goes away. So if you take the square root of each side, c equals 3 square roots of 13. And then if I just take the square root of 117, I get 10.82. So there's what you get for that. Okay. All right, now we're going to go on to v minus u. So v, 2 minus 7, negative 5. And 5 minus 1 is 4. So you have negative 5 comma 4 there. Now I need to find the magnitude of that. Oh, whoops, I forgot my 2 little things here. It shows magnitude. So basically, I'm going to start it up here and say c squared equals negative 5 squared plus 4 squared. Okay, so c squared equals 25 plus 16, 41, and then you take the square root of that. 41, I'm pretty sure that's prime. So if I use my handy dandy calculator, and you're done. Okay, students, you can do the rest of this. You rock.